Joey's season of The Bachelor is off and running, and the groundwork for his journey has been laid. Feuds have started, frontrunners have been made, so let's take a look at this latest preview to see what we can expect for next week, including who's getting eliminated, which we can 100% sleuth out, and if there are any implications for further down the line. So, as per usual, please, no posting any outright spoilers unless you can back it up with sleuthing, and a link to the full preview is in the description.
This is the first ever Bachelor Open.
Joey, you're our man. If we can't hit it, no one can. Go Wieners, go Wieners.
Ah yes, the Bachelor sports date, a staple of this franchise. Now normally this date is a football date called the Bachelor Bowl, which often makes sense because, at least for The Bachelor, this date airs around the time of the Super Bowl. However, with Joey being a tennis guy, this time it's going to be the first ever Bachelor Open. And, to spice things up, apparently production is making the ladies throw on themed costumes like Honey and Bee, Lobster and Butter, a bunch of crybabies, and the ladies who love wieners. Though if they loved wieners so much, they probably should have been cast on Peter's season instead. Now, we'll see if they do the winners get extra time with Joey thing that they usually do at these sports dates, even though they just did that last episode, or if they decide to do something more like the pickleball date from The Golden Bachelor, where there they had a small reward for winning, but then everyone gets the normal after-party date as per usual. But let's move on.
I just feel so special right now, and I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
If you're asking, we're telling.
Okay, so here's the other group date for the week. Looks like we have another episode with 2 group dates and a single one-on-one, before things move on to the 2 one-on-ones and a single group date format. It also looks like this is going to be another Bachelor staple, the talent show group date, likely titled the Mrs. Right competition. And this one is going to be hosted by none other than the Askin ladies from The Golden Bachelor.
A for April, S for Susan, K for Kathy, and for Nancy, asking. And our motto is, you're asking, we're telling.
Though apparently there's been beef with these ladies since filming this, and Askin is just now Skin, which is a much creepier group name. So allegedly, April was blocked by Skin, and it might have something to do with a trip that Skin went on, where April was supposed to go too, but cancelled last minute. Apparently, April then offered to pay for any cancellation fees this might have incurred, but either way, the A in Askin is no longer being followed by the rest, nor is she following them, even though she's following other contestants from the show, and honestly, this drama is a lot more interesting than the Is 31 Old drama from episode 2. But since this happened more recently than when this group date was filmed, I'm sure Askin will be in its full besties mode for this group date. Otherwise, take note of the end of the one-on-one for the week, which we'll later see is with Jen, and peep the rose, meaning we've got a successful night for her. Moving on.
I'm trying to find my Mrs. Right, and I'm so excited.
Go, Joey, go!
Tunnel vision, no drama, just Joey.
You've created such a hostile environment. You're making me feel like I'm in a horror movie.
And no surprise, the Sydney and Maria drama continues into next week. But before we get into that, we also see the surfing date that, if we head back to the season preview breakdown, we know is with Jen. So Jen will be the one-on-one for next week, and she'll be getting a rose by the end of the night. Also, this confirms something discussed in the last preview breakdown, that this date isn't going to be in the final filming location of Mexico. I'll also be curious if this dress here from the one-on-one for next week matches up with this shot from the season preview that was set up to look like it was from later on in the season. If it does, well then Jen's stock as a potential Final 3 candidate plummets. If not though, then she's got at least another one-on-one in her future and things look good again for her. We'll see. For now, let's continue on.
I'm done feeling attacked tonight. I'm gonna head out if anyone wants to join me.
I cannot let a mean girl be a mean girl. It's definitely something I'm going to have to address to Joey ASAP.
Always awkward when you say, I'm leaving, who's gonna join me? But then you look around and people are given this face. So it looks as though things don't get patched up with Sydney and Maria at the evening portion of the group date. And so she goes to snitch to Joey, which, if you're familiar with this franchise or my videos, you'll know means absolute doom. Snitching in this franchise rarely ever pays off and almost always leads to you getting eliminated at some point. Maybe you survive a few more episodes, but usually that's it, cause all you're doing is wrapping yourself up in drama when you should be cultivating your relationship with the lead. That being said, all three of the ladies in this old age feud will be staying another week, and that's even if Medina is involved in this feud anymore because, at least based on the preview, it seems like she no longer wants any part of this drama. But we'll talk eliminations at the end. For now, Joey's about to confront Maria.
The idea of someone not showing me all sides of themselves scares the out of me.
Maria, can I talk to you for a second?
Joey's going to see her true colors.
I don't think anyone is getting bullied. I feel like people have blown it out of proportion.
Totally. I mean, it's possible that there's more that happened that we haven't seen because there's always stuff that gets edited out of the final product we see on air, but from what we have seen, this is going way too far for something that should have been squashed that night. And I'm not saying that Maria isn't at fault or anything here, and I suspect more from Maria as we go along, cause that bra move and generally her vibe is really reminding me of a mini Corinne Olympios, just with a lot less, what's the word, panache.
Do you call this immature?
You are a trade.
It's just hard not to have a great time with Corinne.
However, using the word bully to describe her is, at least at this point, not the word that I would use. But let's now finish this preview off.
Right now, I just can't get past us not being on the same page.
It's not my fault. I don't know if I can convince him that I'm not that person.
So there you have it. The preview ends with Maria worried about being able to convince Joey that she's not a bully. And it looks like she does. As from the past previews, we can see that Maria makes it to, at least, Niagara Falls, which, from our previous sleuthing, seems to be the location they'll be headed to in the episodes right before hometowns. So, let's talk about legit eliminations instead, which we can 100% confirm based on the season preview, and I talked a little bit about this in my video on that. But basically, we can take this shot from the season preview of the top 15 and spot every single lady here. After that, all we have to do is figure out who's missing. So, at the end of night 1, there were 22 women left, and with 15 ladies here, that means these 7 women were going in the next 2 episodes. And this past week, these 4 women went home, which means Krissa, Star, and Evelyn, the lady who dove over the wedding table to try and sit next to Joey in musical chairs, will be gone next episode. Should have put in more effort. So that's it for this preview breakdown for week 3 of The Bachelor. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts and theories for episode 3 down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
Go winners, go winners, go winners.